Manasseh became king when he was only 12 years old. He inherited a kingdom shaped by the faithfulness of his father, Hezekiah, a king who had not only trusted God, but led the people back to him. But Manasseh chose a different path. Instead of honoring the Lord, Manasseh rebuilt the pagan altars his father had destroyed. He encouraged the worship of false gods, practiced witchcraft and sorcery, consulted mediums and spiritists, and turned the hearts of God's people away from him. Most shocking of all, he placed a carved idol inside the temple itself, the very place built to honor the one true God. The house of worship became a house of idolatry. The Bible says Manasseh led Judah farther away from God than the pagan nations that had lived there before them. Violence filled the land. Innocent blood was shed. An entire nation followed a king who had lost his way. It seemed impossible that someone who had gone this far could ever come back. But God had not given up on him. When Manasseh refused to listen, the Assyrian army invaded Judah. They captured him with hooks, bound him in bronze chains, and carried him away to Babylon as a prisoner. The king who once wore a crown now sat in chains. It was there, stripped of his power and humbled by his circumstances, that something remarkable happened. For the first time in years, Manasseh humbled himself before God. He prayed, not as a king, but as a broken man. And God heard him. The God he had rejected, the God he had dishonored, the God whose people he had led astray. That same God forgave him, not because Manasseh deserved it, but because that's who our God is. Patient, merciful, always ready to receive a heart that truly repents. God restored Manasseh to his kingdom, but he didn't just restore his position, he transformed his heart. Manasseh tore down the idols he had once built. He repaired the altar of the Lord. He encouraged the people to worship the one true God once again. The king who had once led a nation into darkness now pointed them back towards the light. Maybe you've looked back over your life and wondered if you've made too many mistakes. Maybe there are decisions you wish you could undo, words you wish you could take back, people that you've hurt, or years you feel you've wasted. Manasseh reminds us that no life is too broken for God to redeem. The moment we humble ourselves before Him, His grace is ready to meet us right where we are. Your past may explain where you've been, but it doesn't have to determine where you're going. A king who embraced evil, a prisoner who found humility, a man whose worst chapters did not become his final chapters, because God can rewrite the story for anyone willing to come home. You are Manasseh.